Before you make any real estate decisions this month, these are the things that are happening in our market that you should know about. Hi, my name is Elise, and for the last 10 years, I've been helping families in Plainfield, Oswego, and the surrounding suburbs make great decisions about real estate. Interest rates are currently hanging out in the upper 6% range, and they've been there for a while. I don't see any major swings happening anytime soon. We're gonna have a little bit of up and down, but nothing crazy. Inventory is still very, very low throughout all of Chicagoland. Now, we did rebound a little bit from the lows of our spring market, but nothing that is going to be sustainable or really make any major shifts in the real estate market. We are still hanging out in this artificial seller's market, which basically means that we are a seller's market strictly because there's no inventory. And it's tough to say if there was a flood of inventory, if the market could maintain it. My gut says that we would be able to maintain the strength of the market and stay in a bit of a seller's market for a little while, but not forever. Buyer activity is still very, very divided. There is strong demand with multiple offers, homes selling very, very quickly for those A+ homes, but the ones that need a little bit of work or maybe miss the mark in either their pricing or their marketing are starting to see an increased market time. Seller behavior is also very divided. Some of them are sticking to their guns with a very strong price point, and being overly aggressive and not being willing to pivot in this market is costing them. Those that are adjusting to the current market in real time are still finding success. Before we get into any more of this, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button to keep updated on all things happening here in Chicagoland real estate. So here's what buyers need to know right now in the middle of July of 2026. There are some negotiating opportunities out there. If you want to take advantage of them, you need to be a strong buyer, meaning you've removed all of the questions. You need to write a strong, clean offer. Again, removing a lot of the questions, a lot of the uncertainty, and more importantly than we've seen in years, you have to move quickly. Target the homes that need a little bit of work and write an offer so that it's easy for the sellers to say yes. While interest rates have stayed stable, there is a lot of talk about the potential of an interest rate increase as we move through the rest of 2026. They're meeting at the end of July, so I'm going to be keeping a really close eye on that so that we know what to expect coming forward. We do still have a fantastic down payment assistance program happening here in the state of Illinois, specifically for first-time home buyers. Now, I've done more in-depth videos on this in the past, so definitely check those out if you're interested in that. But the long and short of it is the best program that I have seen for first-time buyers in my entire 10 years in this industry. There's no prepayment penalties, there's no timeline that you have to stay in the home, there's no interest on it, there's no cost associated with it. Especially where we're seeing the biggest opportunities in this market being on homes that need a little bit of work, it can help soften the cost of doing those things so that when you wrap that up with a nice strong offer on a home that needs a little bit of updating, you could really find yourself in a position for long-term equity build. If you are looking for move-in ready updated homes underneath $500,000, be prepared to fight. That is by far the most competitive market in all of Chicagoland real estate. If you were my buyer client right now, here's what I would say that it's worth considering. If you were my buyer client, I would definitely tell you to consider new construction, especially if you're looking in Will and Kendall counties, because we have a good amount of it in this area right now. Now, the nice thing about new construction is the incentives. New construction offers a lot of financing incentives that you can't get when you're taking out a loan for an existing home. And the reason for this is because those builders have invested a lot of money and have a lot of carrying costs associated with developing the land and then building the homes. So it's very much in their benefit to move them quickly. And what they basically do is they will bulk purchase mortgages at a lower rate that they can then pass on to you as the consumer. New construction also offers the flexibility if you're looking for a move-in ready home, an updated home, and you have to sell your home first, because that's something that they're not quite as concerned about. Now, there's pros and cons to new construction. A lot of it comes down to understanding how the taxes work here in Illinois, especially in context of new construction, and also knowing what your timeline looks like. Because if you needed to resell a new home within just a few years, it can be a bit challenging. And I've done more videos on the pros and cons of new construction versus existing construction, and I'm always happy to answer those questions more in depth, specific to your scenario as well. The other big opportunity for buyers right now is to roll up their sleeves and learn how to make some updates. There is such a lost art of home maintenance and home projects. And because of that, we are seeing a wider and wider spread between homes that have been updated and homes that haven't. If you're willing to learn that skill set, you could find yourself with a bargain of a home and also with an opportunity for major price appreciation in the long run. Here's what sellers need to know as we're working through 2026. Your pricing strategy needs to be in front of the market. From July through the end of the year, we will typically see the pricing start to trend downwards, and you need to be cognizant of that, and you need to get in front of that. If you are not pricing in front of the market, what you're going to do is you're going to chase it down, and when you chase it down, you will always sell for less in the long run. Sellers need to understand that buyers will fight for an updated move-in ready property. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to do all of the updates, but what you do need to do is make every update that is going to move the needle forward. And what I mean by that is if renovating your kitchen is going to cost you $80,000, but it's only going to make your home worth $40,000 more, don't do it. In those situations, you just make peace with the fact that it may take a little bit longer, or you may have a few less options on the buy side in order to get your home sold. But things like finishing some of the behind the scenes work. So if your HVAC system is in dire need of updating, do that. If your roof is really, really old, fix it. If you are having problems with leaks and concerns and maintenance items, handle those. Those are things that are relatively affordable when you look at it through the lens of how many more buyers are willing to purchase your home, knowing that those things have been done. So here's what's sitting on the market versus what's selling really, really quickly. First and foremost, it doesn't matter what it looks like. If it's overpriced, it's not moving right now. And the reason for that is because buyers have been conditioned for the past 6 years to see the list price as the starting offer. And so when you price a home too high with the mindset of, well, we need room to negotiate, when a buyer comes in and they see that you've been on the market for 24 days, when every other home has been flying, their first question is, what's wrong with this? And when the market demands speed, if they even consider asking the question of, well, what's wrong with it? And when a market is moving this fast, they've moved on to the next home before they've even gotten an answer from their agent about why your home has been sitting on the market for so long. In addition to homes that are overpriced, homes that are in need of major repairs are sitting. We are seeing buyers that are willing to take on cosmetic repairs, assuming the rest of the home has been well maintained. Now, that's not across the board. You're not going to get top dollar for it because, again, these buyers are living in a world where everything is expensive and they don't have the skill set to do the projects on their own, typically. But if it comes down to trying to decide if you should replace your HVAC system that's 25 years old or if you should paint your house, these days I'm telling you to replace the HVAC system, which is a direct pivot from what we've been saying for the past couple of years. What I'm seeing locally here in Plainfield, Oswego, Naperville, Shorewood, all of these kind of southwestern suburbs, is that we are starting to see that slow pullback as we lean into the school months. Now, school in these areas doesn't start for another month or so, but there are so many different businesses and activities and so much going on as we lead into these months that people that aren't absolutely under a time crunch to sell or to buy are pulling back a little bit, which is typical. We'll see this trend kind of continue through until Labor Day, and then we'll kind of get into our secondary fall market. As far as emotions go, buyers are scared. Things are expensive, jobs are a little bit tough, they're a little overwhelmed, which is normal. But we are seeing it across the board, whereas that was usually an idea that was very much segmented into our first-time home buyer population. A lot of our sellers are just a little bit concerned. The biggest question I'm getting these days is, where do I go? If I have a seller that needs to downsize, it's hard to find something affordable and smaller that fits their needs. Overall, a lot of people in this market are just feeling a little bit uncertain. One thing that I'm watching really closely as we wrap up July of 2026 is the Fed report and inflation. I want to see how these numbers are going so that we can get an idea of if we're going to start seeing interest rates go up. Are they going to stay stable? Are they going to go down? I don't anticipate them going down in any short order, but it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. If you're trying to figure out what any of this means for you, our number is in the caption below. There's a link in there that you can click to fill out your information. We are more than happy to help.